Many times people feel either unworthy or incapable of doing ministry, and especially prison ministry. And I often think of Paul's quote from 1 Corinthians chapter 1, where he says, not many of us are wise, not many are noble birth, not many are learned. And, it's important to keep in mind, that even the first disciples and people like Paul, or I think of the great St. Augustine, who were always very aware of their own weakness, and yet the power of grace in their life that enabled them to do great things for God and for the gospel and for the church. And so people involved in prison ministry can have that same attitude and that same faith and the same reliance on grace. Someone said, it's not about us, it's about the ones we serve, and it's about bringing the hope of the gospel to them.
Many people, when they hear prison ministry, get all overcome with fear and trepidation. I would say to them, give it a try. There are so many different ways we can do this. Some of us work inside the prison, some of us work on the outside, but there are many, many ways, and chances are you'll be very, very surprised as to the great love and peace that you experience when you do it.
It's really not a fearful place at all. I think there's a huge misconception by people who don't go into our jails or prison. Just recently someone said to me, "Oh, tell me about that, aren't they all sociopaths?" And I answered him by saying, actually no, they're just like you and I. These are people who have made poor choices, who for the most part regret the choices that they've made and would do it differently if they had the choice. And haven't all of we made mistakes, or haven't we all done things that we would do differently?
I would say be yourself. Really be yourself. The people that you're going to meet in there, yeah, they've made mistakes, and our laws say that they need to be punished and put away for it. But those are our laws. When I meet with the women, if you're sincere and honest with them, and they will be with you, if you tell them really where you're coming from and what your concerns are, and let them know that you really do care about what you're doing, they're beautiful women. They have so much to offer, and many of them, that's what they need to know, is that they have something to offer, that they are of value. They're not just garbage because now they're in jail, and their self-esteem needs the boosting. And just spending time with them, just being with them, letting them cry when they need to cry, or laugh with them when they need to laugh. It's just worth more than anything you can imagine.
Well, I would encourage anybody that's thinking about it to go and try it one time. Nobody's asking you to make a promise. Nobody asked me to sign a pledge or a guarantee that I would continue to do this or I'd be there for however much time. I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised when you go and just try it. So I would encourage people, if you're leery of doing it, I can tell you I was very leery, and it wasn't anything like I imagined it to be. I thought it would be hard work, it would be difficult, it would be awkward. It's been none of those things. So I would encourage people, just go and try it. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. Worst case scenario, if you don't like it, you don't have to continue. But I think I would encourage anybody just to give it a chance, because how do you know if you like it or don't like it unless you give it a try?